What's up? What's up? I'm just waiting on some people to join. I, more than likely, will. I'm trying to figure out which image to edit. There's this one, this one. So let me just star these. We got 2-star, 2-star. This one seemed okay at first, but now I'm not digging it as much as the other ones that I was doing. So let me see if I bring my highlights down. Oh, okay. If I bring my highlights down here, this makes this image pop a little bit. So let's maybe put this as a 2-star. And let's see, I like the hair flow on this one. It is a little bit crazy, the hair flow, but let's put that one as a 2-star. Okay, let's look at my 2-stars real quick. And let's see. What am I doing with my life? Oh yeah, we're going to 2 stars. And we're gonna hold on that one. What's up, peoples? Hello, hello. You're on. What's up, bro? What's up? Yo, good morning. What's up, Juan? All right, so these are the ones that I'm thinking of editing. What do you guys think? Which one should I work with? I have no idea. 1, 2, 3, or 4. What do you think, guys? I kind of wish this first shot was like golden hour. It would have been like super epic. This one seems pretty cool too. Once I clean up these things, I think it'll be nice. I might even copy these over and place some over here instead, actually. I don't know. Hey, what's up, Vicente? How's it going, man? Thanks for tuning in. So what do you guys think? 1, 2, 3, or 4? What do you guys think I should edit here? We got 4. We like 3, and then we got a 2. 4 is good. 4. 3, 2. Okay. Oh man, 2. There's a bunch of 2s. Oh man. It's 4. Okay. So let's see. Jimmy keeps saying 2. He's adding a lot of 2s on there. 2 or 4. Okay, let's do this. Let's edit number 2, only because I've already done one with this outfit already. And let's check it out. So let's go number 2. Jimmy, you win, man. You win. You're the winner here. All right. So, new field layer. I'm going to do my HDR here. I'm going to see what detail I can actually bring back. I finally got a little bit of music now. People are requesting I play some type of music in the background. It's really low. I didn't want it to be like that annoying kind of music, like where it's like, dude, this guy. So I have like really low. But HDR, if you guys are not using Capture One, HDR, super, super amazing. I always brag about this damn slider. You're probably already annoyed with me already by now. But it's just super awesome to bring back all that nice detail. So I'm kind of just looking around here on the image. And I'm trying to make sure I bring back some of the detail enough, but not too much. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add another one. I want to bring back the detail in the hair. So this one's going to be called hair. And I am going to bring up the black slider, knowing that I'm only looking at the hair. I don't care what's happening over here because I'm going to brush this in only on the hair. I'm going to bring up the shadows a little bit, and that should be good. I'm going to invert the mask. I probably should have did a empty adjustment layer. So if you want to roast me, you can roast me if you want. I screwed that up, but it's okay. There's multiple ways of doing things, and I just did it the long way. I did it the loser way. So I am now going to push M on the keyboard so that you guys can see exactly where I'm brushing here. There we go. So I'm kind of just doing this a little bit kind of freely. I don't have to be super perfect here because I'm only bringing up the exposure just a little bit, just on the hair. Now I definitely don't want the skin, so I'm going to push E on the keyboard, and then I'm going to go in here. And I'm going to make sure I erase. And there we go. So I'm going to push M, and let's just click the hair before, after. See how it's just a small difference? Let me zoom in here. Man, I love doing these live edits on YouTube because now you guys can actually see the difference. It was so annoying on the phone. Look at this. So I added just that small little detail there, okay? So super cool. If you guys have questions, feel free to ask me. It is super awesome when you guys ask any questions. If not, then just kick back, relax, get some coffee, because we're gonna get into this edit in a little bit, because right now, I'm just done with so let's take a look at the before and after. They just added this update. Freaking love it. You just click this button, you see the before, after, and then you even have like a slider now, which is super, super cool. So I'm just gonna go full view, before, after. It's looking nice. Now I wanna focus on the color now. So I'm gonna go new field adjustment. We're gonna name this WB for white balance. And then I'm gonna put the plus because we're gonna also do some color here. We're not gonna push color too much here, but I have to decide what do I wanna do with those greens. Do I wanna keep the greens? Do I wanna mute them? I'll figure that out right now. But first things first, I'm gonna do the white balance. What I'm gonna try to do is figure out where I want my white balance to be. I definitely wanna be on the warmer side, so I'm gonna push it more warmer. And then I'm gonna look at the tint and just kind of train my eye. I do want the tint to be a little bit more in the magenta range. Hey, have you replaced Lightroom completely from Capture One? Absolutely not. I still use Lightroom. I actually did a client shoot. I'm a teacher. I'm a full-time teacher in high school, and my students, my school district purchased Lightroom. There's absolutely 0% chance that we'll ever get Capture One. So I'm always going to use Lightroom because that's what I have available at my school. Keep in mind, Lightroom is still amazing. You can do some badass stuff. They just had an update for it and I got it. Super cool. I like knowing multiple software because when I do my one-on-ones or when I do workshops, I'm more versatile as a photographer. I can teach Camera Raw. I can teach Lightroom. I can teach Capture One, and I can teach Photoshop. So I'm very open-minded. There's a lot of people that are very narrow-minded and they're like, no, I only like Lightroom and everything else sucks. Or there's people that are like, oh, Capture One, it's amazing. Lightroom sucks. Like, no, try everything. For Christ's sake, I've used even Luminar. Like, I'm always trying different stuff. And I try not to be stubborn. I try to, work with different things. Okay, that's enough of my yap in there. Let's go to the greens here. And I'm going to make sure I have the greens selected, which I do, which is awesome. And now I can determine, do I want them to be dark? Do I want them to be brighter? And I don't know. I am confused. I don't know if I want them darker or brighter. What's this app called? This is Capture One. Why Capture One is better than Lightroom? Well, I already made a video that you can watch on my YouTube channel that talks about the things that I like over Lightroom. So you're going to have to check that out. Or you can just continue watching here and just see what I'm doing. So I just did something called the color editor. I selected the greens. And you can see the selection there. So that's one of the cool benefits of Capture One. So I think I am going to make it a little bit brighter, but I know I'm going to add like a gradient later here to darken this part up. You know what? I'm going to kill it just a little bit. I'm going to smooth out the color, the saturation. Do I want it to be more? Oh, definitely don't want it more. Let's just go a little bit less. And I can push everything later. I'm going to go into the skin tone now. I'm going to select the skin tones. And I am going to adjust the lightness of the skin tones. So I'm just going to bring that up a little bit. Saturation. What's going on, Roman? What's up, man? Always appreciate your support, bro. Cool beans, we got that. What's going on, guys? Nice. Nice to see you doing retouching. You're welcome. Will you work on Photoshop? Absolutely. We're going to try to get into Photoshop. We should have time. So far, this is what I got before and then after. Kind of giving it more of a golden kind of tones. I am going to bring back the hue a little bit. I feel like it's a little too golden. I don't want to get too cute with it. I can push the colors a little bit more in Photoshop, so I don't want to push it too much. So we've got that so far. I'm trying to look at the image and trying to see, is there anything else that I need to do? We're gonna add just a little bit of vignette, a little bit of grain. I like to do the extra shadow. That's just my style. That's just what I like to do. I'm gonna bring down the luminance. All this stuff shouldn't even be up to begin with. There we go. So let's look at the before and then the after. Nice, digging that. I'm doing good, Raj. The lens I use, that's a great question. Let's find out. I was using the 50mm Zeiss 1.4. All right, so as I'm looking at this, let's go back to the color. Let me just add a little bit of blues. My midtones will go a little bit there, and then we'll go into my highlights. And we'll add just a little bit of yellow. And we're ready for Photoshop. Those of you that have been eager for Photoshop, let's go. Let's do this. It's actually the 50. It's the 50, man. Oh, man, I hit the wrong button. Let me go back. All right, over here. Edit with, and then Photoshop. There you go. All right, let's do this, boys and girls. 42 people watching. Super awesome. I have more people watching here than I had on Instagram. But probably because Instagram was annoying because you couldn't see anything. Here you get to see the whole thing. Comments are not in your face, blocking everything. All right, so now we're going to get into frequency separation. Typically on this layer 1, what I like to do is I like to remove distractions. There really isn't any distractions that really jump out besides like this grass, but it's really not going to bother me too much. What I am going to look at though is I want to see what the crop's going to look like on Instagram. So I already have the 4x10. Crop should be fine. Everything's going to look good. So super cool. So I'm just going to run my frequency separation. So let's go ahead and get that going. Hit the run. Your work is so lovely. Thank you, Clement. Eli, how can I contact you in case I want to discuss tutoring? You can message me, bro, through Instagram. That's usually the best place to reach me. Or you can send me an email. If you're like super serious about it, then reach out. I get a lot of DMs. So if it's one of those instances where I feel like it's not a serious inquiry, I kind of let it pass. So just let me know, man. We can do something on Skype, and I can edit a photo of yours, vice versa, and we can, edit together and kind of narrow down any questions that you might have, man. Anything that you're struggling with. I usually charge $75 an hour, which is pretty reasonable. Could you explain something about the light, etc.? Did you say 4x10? I meant to say 4x5, sorry. Aspect ratio 8x10, sorry. Could you explain something about the lighting? Well, the lighting, it was camera right. And the reason why I had it camera right is because the sun was camera right. If I put the light camera left, it would have looked very flashy. It wouldn't have looked natural at all. So the sun was like really far off to the right, which is around this area. And it was cool because it was adding this nice, beautiful hair light for me. And then I just added the light in the same position. And if I zoom into the eyes, you'll see that the light was positioned camera right. And about 45 degrees, I got that perfect catch light. That's typically what I look at when I take a shot as I zoom into the catch lights. And this is generally the area that I try to capture that catch light. It tells me that I had it right at the perfect angle. If I see this catch light too small, that tells me that I had my light too high. Doesn't mean that you shouldn't put your light high. It just depends on the specific pose and the specific kind of mood you're trying to get in your portrait, okay? So anyways, let's jump into the texture. I am going to remove some of these flyaway hairs, like this one. It's a little bit crazy here. So I'm gonna go current layer. I'm gonna hold Alt, and I'm gonna just brush this away. One of my favorite things about Capture One, about frequency separation, is that you can remove these flyaways pretty easy just with this technique. So super cool. Some of these areas that are blotchy, it's because I'm gonna have to go into the mixer brush in a little bit, but I'm not gonna do that right now. I'm just gonna kind of remove these things first. So I'm gonna go here. All right, that blotchy stuff's starting to bother me now, so I'm gonna get the mixer brush. Sorry, I'm gonna take a look at the comments in a little bit, guys. I'm in a part of the edit where I'm trying to concentrate. I can see some comments going up and down, so I'll get to them in a little bit. There we go. All right, what do we got on the comments? Hi, your photos are inspiring. Thank you, Tiger. Awesome colors on the photo. Appreciate it, man. What miter for the light did I use? I used a 36-inch Westcott Rapid Box. Photoshop can do better than Capture One. I can prove. Oh, yeah, hell yeah. Photoshop's awesome when it comes to the retouching part. Absolutely. See, now you know why, guys. I fast forward my full edit videos because all this stuff. Not that it's a pain in the butt, but it's like it's not the most fun thing to watch. So I usually will fast forward this in my live edits. I'm wondering about this hair that's all blotchy here. I'm trying to figure out if I would have blurred my radius more. You know what? I'm gonna try it. I don't know. I'm doing this live. I might embarrass myself, but I think I can bring that down. Hold on. I think I can fix these flyaways. I'm gonna have to go into the mixer brush in a little bit and mix all that stuff in. So hold up. I know it looks like crap right now. Just give me a sec. Okay, so now I'm gonna go into the color layer. I'm gonna go to the mixer brush and I'm gonna bring down oh yeah, it's working. Heck yeah. Yeah, buddy. Now I might go over the head a little bit. It's okay. I'm gonna, because that's why I have my color backup. I can erase it right now if I wanted to. Come on, guys. You gotta say like that was cool. Like I even impressed myself there on accident. Like I didn't think it was gonna work, but it did. So now that's why I have my color backup on my frequency separation the way I set it up for that reason, so that I can come back, add a mask to it, and then I'm just going to then just erase it and just make sure that it blends. When I post this on Instagram, if there's anything that looks off a little bit, most people are not gonna be able to tell because this is just like I'm zoomed in so much here. So there you go. Are your actions available? Yeah, you can purchase them. I usually put them in the description on all my videos. I don't really advertise them that well. I probably should, but my intent when I made those actions, the only reason I started selling them is because people wanted to buy them, and I never really thought about selling them. But people were like, "Hey, I'll buy them," and I was like, "Oh, okay." So I started putting them there, and you know, some people buy them. It's pretty cool. But yeah, just look in the description on my other videos, and I have them there. Sometimes people will tell me like, I don't need your actions. I just bought them because I want to support you. And I was like, damn, that's super cool. So, you know, if you're one of those kind of people, that's awesome. Thank you. Anyways, I'm just going to fix this just a little bit more. And then we're going to get into the mixer brush and kind of cleaning up the skin just a little bit. Super cool so far. All right, let's see what we got here. I tried a raw image shot with the Fuji Pro. It was kind of a explore. Tried editing and Capture One as well in Photoshop. Photoshop managed to get highlights and shadows well in place. Nice. Super cool for you, man. Use whatever program works best for you, man. All right, so now I'm gonna go into the overlay option. I'm gonna delete this. I don't need that little contrast one for this image. Oh, you know what? I can't even get to this part. Silly me. I haven't even got removed the hair from the face yet. So sorry. We're gonna postpone that. Let me get the hair fixed first. There's a bunch of hair everywhere here. All right, I'm gonna zoom out here. I want to see if this hair is gonna bother me, and damn it, it is. I was gonna try to get lazy and be like, nah, I don't have to remove that hair, but nope, I gotta do it. Vicente, yeah, dude. So the mixer brush pushes color with frequency separation because you've separated the color and the texture. I can push and manipulate the color. I'm gonna get to that in a little bit, man. Hey, any updates on the Photoshop update, Alton? I haven't updated yet, man. I'm always afraid to update like right away because then there's always these glitches and stuff. So I had some client stuff that I needed to get done, and I'm like, now's not the time to be updating because if something goes wrong and I can't update my or open up Photoshop for whatever reason, I'm screwed basically. So I typically wait like a couple of weeks before I update to make sure there's no bugs. Because there's always got to be some type of bug. Or am I the only one that gets those bugs? Sorry, guys. I know watching the hair removal stuff is not the most exciting stuff, but it has to get done. Oh, I went carried away there. All right. I'm not going to be too detailed here because like nobody's going to zoom into the nose. Nobody's going to see all this stuff anyways, especially on Instagram. It compresses and basically takes all the detail away anyway. So you're not going to see this stuff on the nose there. Oops. Oh my gosh, I ruined all of that. What the hell did I do? One second, guys. I see some comments there. I'll get to you guys in a little bit. Sorry about that. I'm almost done with this. So what do you guys think of these live edits? I used to do them on Instagram, but then I decided to do it over here. Do you guys like this stuff? Do I continue? Is it boring? Is it unnecessary? What do you guys think? Do you guys even like joining these things? What's up? Tell me the truth. I want the truth. Shit, I messed up that thing over there. There you go. Okay. All right, let's see what we got. I'm watching the whole process, even cleaning up the hair. Oh, you like watching? Awesome. Okay. So I think we're pretty much done with that. I'm not going to get all this other hair in there. All right, so I'm going to move into the mixer brush. Somebody had asked me, like, what is it for? What I want to do is I want to push and mix this color. So because I'm on the color layer, essentially this is the layer that I'm on right here. Let me take this off. This is the layer that I'm on, color, and I'm just going to be pushing and mixing color. So I like to have the black and white on to really help me see where exactly color needs to be worked and stuff. Okay. There we go. So let's take a look at it. Love it. It's good. Awesome. Cool. All right, so I'm going to just show you the before and after. So this is the before and after just in the forehead. Didn't do too much. I don't want to do too much because I prefer to do my heavy skin retouching with Dodge and Burn. But I'm going to try to get like the bigger areas with frequency separation so that I can save myself some time. Cool. I'll go over here. All these areas are a little bit problematic. It'll be much easier with Dodge and Burn to get those areas. And I want to say, if I take this off, I think the music ended already. We already looped through everything. I wasn't expecting to go live this long. So we'll just leave the music off so that we don't get distracted here. So I'm going to run my Dodge and Burn now. And come over here. And we're just going to do a little bit of Dodge and Burn, ladies and gentlemen. So all I'm trying to do is just even out all these tonal inconsistencies. The burn is going to darken up areas so I can even that out. The Dodge is going to lighten. And it's all about matter of training your eyes. There's a bunch of plugins that you can buy for skin retouching, but I find that the good old classic Dodge and Burn, the results are the best in my opinion. Cool. Let's take a look at what I've done so far. What areas do you target then using the dodge? So on the dodge, let's take a look at that. I'm looking for areas that were dark and that I want to kind of have a smooth transition all the way across. Okay. So you'll notice here, let me zoom in. Let's take a look at the forehead. The forehead's usually the one that can really show you all the details. So you'll notice there that I'm just evening out those transitions. Now, right now it's not by all means perfect, but kind of gives you a general idea on what I'm trying to do here. And then the burn, I really didn't burn on the forehead, but I burned over here, just evening out some of those transitions. Now zoomed in, you see a lot more inconsistencies, but I try not to zoom in too much because then I tend to overdo it. And I've done it plenty of times, so I'm gonna make sure I stay zoomed out. And I am just gonna keep trying to find these areas that jump out. Now, that's why we have our helper layer, okay? And I have a dodge and burn tutorial. Those of you that maybe are just new to the channel that haven't seen it or even know, I have a dodge and burn tutorial that kind of shows you more or less how to find these areas. So I'm gonna go about like right here. There we go. And that helps me see some more areas that need to be addressed. And dodge and burn is gonna take a lot of practice, guys. There's no shortcuts whatsoever that's gonna make your dodge and burn skills get better. It's gonna take a shitload of practice to get good at it. Even I'm trying to get better. I even asked my friend Marco, I was like, dude, can you show me how to do dodge and burn? Your dodge and burn is better than mine. Can you give me some tips? And so he gave me some tips on how he does his. So really thankful for that. Hold on, guys. I got to check my phone. What is this? Who is texting me? Oh, okay. It is my bills. All right. Sorry about that, guys. So let's get back to this edit. We go there. We're just trying to even out stuff again. Let me take off the helper layers. Let's take a look at the before and after. I like it. I also want to, though, take a look at the whole process together. So I'm going to combine this, and I like to name this skin retouching so I can see if maybe I need to go back into frequency separation or anything. So let's take a look at the before and after. Let me zoom in here. Before and then after. It's looking pretty good. I feel like I'm softening up some of the stuff too much. So I'm gonna make sure that, was it with the frequency separation? It wasn't. It is from the dodge and burn. So I'm gonna look at my dodge. I feel like I lost a little bit of the shape here. So I'm going to use the black brush and bring back some of that shape. So it's always good to double check what you're doing. And I want to bring some of the shape back in this area here. So I'm going to brush it back. Perfect. Why is mine on overlay? Because that's what works best for me. I know some people like to use multiply, and I actually use multiply sometimes as well. So I'll switch it to multiply just to kind of see, you know, any inconsistencies that jump out. So it's good to just use different ones, whatever works best for you. Like I said, everybody has a different way of doing things. But for some reason, I just can't see things all that well with multiply sometimes. I struggle with multiply. And the overlay just gives me that contrast that's just good for my eyes. And then also the lighting in my room and my monitor. So there's a lot of factors that I think you need to think about when you're doing your editing, is that everybody's editing on a different monitor and different circumstances. Like I have a window next to my area that I'm editing right now, and that brings in some light, which isn't a good thing, by the way. I should be covering up that window so that I don't get any light bouncing in, which I'm going to be doing pretty soon. Okay, so I think I like what we got there. We don't need to get too cute there. So I'm going to be happy with that. I think that looks good. Dodge, yeah. So that looks fine. Hey, what's going on? I'm doing good. All right, still a lot of you guys watching. Thank you guys for tuning in and staying and hanging out with me. All right, so we got that so far. What I want to do next is I want to do my global. So I'm going to do dodge, and then I'm going to do another burn. And then I've been doing this recently. I'm going to go into threshold. And I'm going to look at where the light was coming from. Those are the areas that I'm going to brighten. So it looks like the nose and then that little cheek right there. So I'm going to make a new layer. This is just a reference. I am going to brush where it should naturally be brighter. Those little areas right there. So I'm going to take the threshold off. That's where my global more or less should be. Doesn't have to be like precise, but you get the idea. So I'm going to adjust this. I'm going to put this at like maybe 4% flow. And I'm just going to add a dab of light right here. 1, 2 dabs. And I'm going to come into the nose. 1, 2. And then I'm going to add a nice little triangle of light here. And I might do another small little dab over here. So this is the before, after. That's exactly what I wanted. I wanted it to be very subtle, where you can't really see it too much, but it is going to be popping when you zoom out, and it's just the most subtle pop. So I'm also going to come into the lips now, and we're going to work with the lips. I'm going to go back to my threshold and see where the light should be hitting it. So it's going to be right about there. Okay. And now I'm going to go back to my dodge. And take that reference off. So I more or less know already where I need to be. There we go. My computer's back. I don't know what happened there. Sorry if it went all crazy. All right, so I'm back. My computer froze for a second, which reminds me, I'm going to save this. My heart was already pumping. I was like, oh my gosh, I don't want to do the damn dodge and burn and frequency separation all over again. You kidding me? So I'm going to save this. Let's save it there. Awesome. All right. So I am going to also burn some areas. So I'm going to zoom out. I'm going to make sure that I burn this cheekbone here. And I did it a little too much here, so I'm going to remove it a little bit. Okay. All right, I'm gonna add another one for the eyes. So I'm gonna add a dodge, but on this one though, I'm gonna go straight up right about there. Also gonna burn the eyebrows. Perfect. So I'm gonna name this eyes. I'm gonna lower it down just so that we don't get too cute. We'll go about 75%. That should be fine. I'm gonna zoom in. Let's take a look at the before and after. Before, after, before, after. Super cool. What's up, peoples? What's up? What's up? All right, so I'm still gonna stick with my global dodge. I want to kind of dodge the hair now. And so what I'm going to do is I am going to brighten up the highlights in the hair. Nice. And then now I'm going to go into the burn. And I'm going to darken up areas. Okay. I'm also going to go, I'm going to burn this hand. The sun was hitting it. It's really bright. So I'm going to make a selection so that I can just darken that. Eli, will you be featuring any dark models? Please, this would be grateful. I would, man. Unfortunately, we don't have a lot of dark models in our area, man. I've worked with a few before. If you look at my older work, but if you can send some down to South Texas, I will already be on it, man. Okay, cool. All right, so I think I'm ready with that. I think that's already done. And in order to speed up this edit, I'm gonna grab the one I already did, and I'm gonna grab some of those little color grades that I've already done and just pass them on over. So that's how I speed up my workflow. And I'm gonna find it. Where is it? Skin tone. Here we go. We have all of these that I'm gonna grab and I'm gonna bring right over, and shabam, we have pretty much our color grade almost done. I need to, though, select this, Shift F5, make sure I fill it with white. Boom. And then I need to go to Select Subject. And then I need to push L on the keyboard, feather that off. Let's go 70. Then we're gonna go Shift F5. Oh, I'm going super fast now. We're gonna go black and bam. You know what? I don't know if, yeah, it did do it. Let me just make sure. Okay, cool. It did do it. Awesome. All right, so I'm going to take a look at the color grade so far. This looks fine here. I like that. I think this one we can tweak a little bit. We're going a little bit too much into the magentas. Let's go into the highlights. Yeah, that looks fine. What about this one? How's this one doing for me? This one's actually working against me. I'm not liking this one. So I'm going to put it like at 50%. Like I like where it's going, but it's a little too strong. So I want to just like say like, hey, simmer down, simmer down, simmer down. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make this camera raw into a preset so I can apply it. So it's the same crossover here. So let me just save that real quick. Create preset. And then there's Jessica, Street Fighter. Just because her outfit looked like it was something from Street Fighter. So we were, you know, teasing her the whole time, like Street Fighter. Alrighty. Oh, forgot to do this one, contrast pop. Let's do that real quick. Y'all are quiet today. I don't know if that's a good thing or bad thing. Like it's kind of good in a sense so that I'm not like all over the place, like answering questions. But then it's also like, are you guys even watching? Are they watching or are they already like bored by now? Or maybe they're concentrating. Maybe they're taking notes. I don't know. I know one guy tagged me on Instagram. He was taking notes. So I don't know if you guys are taking notes. If you guys are just not paying attention anymore. I don't know. What is up? Josh Luciano is in the house. Congrats on your on the new baby, man. We are concentrating. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. I just want to make sure because you guys are quiet today. Kind of quiet, which is fine. There's still a lot of you guys watching. Can you explain skin tones a bit on this one? Hey man, I already have a video about how I do the skin tones. I use either gradient maps, I use selective color, or I use I forgot what the other one was. Oh, color balance. And I already have a YouTube video about it, man. And I have a YouTube video about selective color as well. So just check those out, man. And I'll go full in depth on that because I'm pretty excited out. This edit's starting to really come together now. So now I'm in the zone. Auto zone. So we're gonna go Street Fighter. Boom. So Street Fighter, added that same preset from the last edit I just posted of Jessica. I'm thinking though, I do want this maybe to come up. Yeah, like right there is fine. I'm gonna definitely need to darken this up. This got like way too bright. It's ridiculous how bright that came out. So let's take a look at the before and after. Before, yeah, it looks awesome. Okay, we hit okay. Nice. There you go, man. Use your kiddos as lighting assistants. My nephew, he's coming up on 2 years old, and I already told him, like, you're gonna be my light assistant. I'm digging it. So those of you that have been here, this is where we've taken the image. We started off in Capture One. Started off here. And then now we're about here. Okay. So super cool. I'm going to save it one more time. I might get off because I'm getting hungry and I got to eat. But we shall see. And I'm almost done with the edit. I'm not sure if I like where the color grade is going. I might need to take a breather, get away from the computer and come back. Because I was looking at the original one. The original one, well, it has like these greens. I don't know. And then now I have like these golds and magentas, which is kind of cool. It's different, that's for sure. So I think I do like it, but I also want to, push it a little bit more. So let's see what else I did. So I did a gradient map here, and then I did my red loom. So let's drag this one over. And then I did my red loom action. And those of you that are wondering, I do sell my actions. It's in the description of all my videos. You don't need to buy them. You can make them yourself. But if you want to support me, Cool beans. It's up to you all. And then I did, how many? So I did 35%. So let's see, I did the red loom. Definitely digging it. Let's bring it down to like maybe 45. That looks good. Oof, I'm loving this edit. It's looking nice, looking good. We need a full series about beauty retouching. I'm actually going to release a video. I could have released it today. I'm probably going to wait like a day or two, but I'm going to show you how I retouch a studio portrait. It's going to be coming out pretty soon. When editing various photos, what is the best way you'd say is to match ISO and exposure when they don't match? Best way is to say is to match ISO. I'm not sure if I understand the question, Antonio. Basically, if you're talking about how I meter light, man, I'm just kind of looking at the ambient exposure. How bright or dark do I want my background to be, man? And obviously, each scenario is going to be different depending on if the sun's out, if it's covered up by clouds, am I in the shade? And it also depends, like, do you want to really darken the background or do you really want to overexpose the background? Because there's no right or wrong. It's really up to your artistic perception on the photograph. Came to this video late, sorry. Is Capture One good enough for color grading or do you typically export into Photoshop? Capture One is good for color grading, but I feel like you have more flexibility in Photoshop. It depends on your workflow. I'll tell you that much. You know, if you don't like to do all the high-end skin retouching and the high-end editing, then you're pretty much good with Capture One. Let me grab this one. Nice. I like that one. Hell yeah. That looks good. That's looking good. Let's get into my levels pop. I'm digging it. All right, I'm going to save it, guys, and I'm going to get off because I am getting hungry and I need to take a break because I'm adding a bunch of color to it. And right now in the moment, I'm like, yeah, it looks good, looks good. But I have a feeling when I come back, I'm going to be like, oh, damn, kind of sucks. So I don't know what you guys think, but I'm liking where the colors are going. But yeah, guys, thank you guys so much for watching, man. I have like so many more viewers here. I'm surprised. I thought it would have been less. But I have more viewers here than I did on Instagram, which is insane. But yeah, guys, thank you guys for watching. I'm going to leave this up for like a day or two. I already did another edit of Jessica. So those of you that maybe didn't see the last one, I'm going to leave it up only today. And the other one, I'm taking it down. This one, I'm only going to leave up for like a day too. So rewatch it, take notes, whatever you got to do, because I don't like to have content mixed on my YouTube channel where I have a bunch of live stuff and a bunch of YouTube content. I try to just keep it YouTube content. So the lives will only be there for a little bit and they'll be taken down. So I'll see you guys. Thank you. Oh, sorry, this one.